Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. Okay, so gear-wise, we're pretty good. We got some okay stuff. That ninja hat's pretty good upgrade. So I said there's one town, but there's actually one place I want to go take a look at, simply because I don't know what it actually has in there. Because it's been a while. But there's a few things I don't have in memory. So I need to grab this real quick and head over here. By the way, the holding down the sprint button to walk actually works with the airship, which actually makes it easier to navigate with. Okay, so this is the Misc Cave. Gotcha. Alright, so this is the location you would go to if you had the rat tail, which I don't have. Alright, so the one town I haven't been to yet is the one that actually is in the desert, and you can't land in the desert, so I have to kind of walk there. It's not dangerous, but it is a little annoying. Alright, ice claws, but I don't care about those. Pretty much the only weapon I need for Yang is cat claws, which you can actually get pretty early if you're lucky. Okay, we got a bandana here. I don't think that's an upgrade for him now because I have the ninja stuff. But the strength thing, I believe is. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell this archer stuff. I'll hold on to the Gaia hat. I'll get rid of the power staff. The Zeus's rage I'll hold on to. Get rid of the black. Get rid of the hourglass. Silk web. And I'm getting rid of the kamikaze. Definitely don't want that. Get rid of the chain. Get rid of that. Get rid of the whip. Alright, cool. Let's see if this is actually an upgrade. I unfortunately don't have these stats memorized. It ups his strength, but it lowers everything else, so it is not an upgrade. So we'll get rid of it for now. Yeah, we'll get rid of it. And just for completionist sake, okay, I can increase my attack power but give up a little bit of defense. I want all the defense I can get at this point. Now unfortunately I'm still stuck with leather as the armor for Yang. I believe his best armor is black belt, and I have yet to find anything like that. Also, we haven't found very many stores that have things like lives and other things, so if Rosa goes down, that's going to be a problem. Oh, I found Cure 2s, but that's about it. What's up here, by the way? Nothing! More nothing! Just making sure I checked everything here. I did. Who's here? That's Tella. So if we get the Sand Ruby, we can have that event. There is still the event here at the lake, and it's randomized. So, also any story battle type bosses still have their story ways of beating them. There's a setting where you can turn that off, but I have it set to not be turned off. So if you run into someone like Dark Knight Cecil as your opponent, all you have to do is just sit there and let him blast you a bit, and he'll die automatically, just like in the story, the actual story. I want arrows. Since I kind of already have my gear set. Darkness arrows? No. Sorry for all the looping around. Luckily it shouldn't be too bad once we get things started, because when I start looting chests, and those will actually have some decent, possibly decent things. Poison arrows. Yeah, actually I don't think there's any good arrows. So you know what? We'll just go with what we have. I would like to get either Medusa, Mute, or Charm arrows, but I don't think any of those are available. Anyway, we're starting with the Misc Cave just to get some loot. This place just has a boss. It doesn't have any special gear or anything like that. For those who are not familiar with Final Fantasy IV, its formation is a 5-person party. You can either have 3 in the front, 2 in the back, or 2 in the front and 3 in the back. People in the back, of course, do less physical melee damage, but take less physical damage in return. So Rosa's in the back since she's using a bow, and that makes things easier. Hand axe is not useful to us. Kick! Oh, that kinda worked. So Yang has a few abilities. He has Kick, which allows him to hit multiple targets at once. But it doesn't really do very much damage. Also, Yang has almost double the agility of Rosa, which is why he gets so many turns. The other abilities he has one that gives him double damage, and then he has one that buffs up his defense, and that's stackable. I believe that's Bear. Yeah, Power just doubles his damage, Bear increases his physical defense. Rosa has Prey and Aim. Aim she can only use with a bow. Essentially it makes the attack super accurate and do slightly more damage. I honestly don't notice the damage difference, and I've still seen aim shots miss even against normal enemies. So I think it's bugged. What Prey does is there's a chance that you'll either do nothing and say that your prayer has been not answered, or it will heal everybody for a little bit. It's not very powerful and it doesn't scale very well, but it's a free heal, so if you have nothing better than do, you can have her do that just to pass her turn. She also has White Magic. Right now she knows Cure, Hold, Peep, Slow, and Sight. For the most part, the only spell I'll be using is Cure, and that's about it. I might sometimes use Slow. Alright, up ahead's supposed to be where the Mist Dragon's at. Yeah, we're not... this place is actually pretty good if you have a character that starts at level 1, which if you have someone like Rydia or Edward, they start at level 1, so the experience here could be a nice little boost at the beginning. Alright, we're fighting Dr. What's-His-Face. And his, Valnub. It's one down. And that's the other one down. And then it goes straight into the next form. We're so fast we actually attack him through the dialogue. So he's gonna poison everybody. And he's dead. So, I believe I mentioned before that the bosses, no matter what one you get, is going to be scaled based off the location. So obviously the first boss in the game is the Misc Dragon, which is here. So its stats are pretty much the equivalent of the first boss of the game. But if the other thing to note is any sort of if it's multiple creatures, the HP for that the HP is split. So in this case, we actually fought 3 bosses, and so the Misc Dragon's HP essentially got split 3 ways, and that's why we were able to kill everything very quickly. Alright, we learned Life 1, which will be useful. We are poisoned though, and I don't have any antidotes. I'm just gonna go ahead and use an exit. Never knew that would happen if you'd use an exit in freaking the Cave of Mist. So I'm just gonna go rest in an inn so I can get the poison off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save here. So we've killed a boss. Wasn't too special, but I'm gonna go ahead and attempt to fight the person here, which is, you know, being dealt by Edge. So you have to fight 2 bosses. Usually it's supposed to be guards and Yang. Okay, we're fighting lunar dragons. Which is one of the fancy bosses. And okay. I'll go ahead and use this. So, despite the fact these guys are actually supposed to have low stats, why'd the life spell fail? That's better. There you go. I did that just to make sure he gets experience. But yeah. And then, instead of fighting Yang here, we fight those 2. This is a story fight anyway, so as long as we survive, we'll be fine. But yeah, even if they have low stats, if they use something like, you know, virus and stuff, which scales in a different way, they can do a lot of damage, just like a Giga Flare will. So this is Edge's parents, which I guess makes sense. I'm gonna try praying, but it's gonna fail. Hey, it worked. Nope, failed. Prayer unanswered, so it's a wasted action. Yeah, sometimes the aiming for spells for some reason doesn't work the way it should be. So yeah, and this is, you know, Edge's parents, so it's just triggering stuff. And then they kill themselves. There you go. There you go, everyone's to full. Or almost to full. And there you go, battle done. And there's no experience for that fight. And then we pick up Edge. And we got the Sand Ruby. So we can go and pick up Tella now. Then we get a free rest. Alright, cool, we have Edge. So let's go ahead and get him geared up. Technically that's better. Who knew? Wow, so these are actually better than the short swords that you start with. Good for you. Go you. Can't equip any of that. You have black belts, so you're good to go on that. Alright. So the question is 5 to 89, 90%. That's more accurate. But I'm going to go ahead and stick with these daggers and see what happens. Also, he has only Flame and eventually Pen, which is only accessible until... that won't be accessible till we do the event where he unlocks all of his abilities, which is the Uruberant fight. Which is the Tower of Babel. Edge has a few abilities. He can throw items, like shurikens and weapons and things like that, and they do pretty good damage. He also has Sneak, but I don't know what that does. Alright, so we're gonna go this way for some reason. We're gonna go ahead and use the Sand Ruby. I want to get Tella. Tella does not have his spells yet until we do the Paladin event. Alright, and I don't believe we can do the event here unless you have Edward, which of course we don't have Edward. So we've got Tella here. He's got a few spells. He knows white and black magic. He's capped at 90 MP, which kind of sucks. But I can at least give him this wizard thing. This Gaia hat. And I should have kept the power staff, but that's fine. Okay, so we got ourselves a decent little party going. Let's go ahead and take care of the event here. This should be pretty quick and easy. I don't think there's anything here of worth. Oh, Medusa arrows. That is of worth. There you go, get that buffed up. And we'll buy a bunch of these Medusa arrows. Oh, also while we're here, we'll buy the... Oh, I don't have enough. I'll go ahead and start getting rid of these attack items because I don't need them. Alright. Step out, save, and then we'll be good to go. So Medusa arrows actually do less damage than iron arrows, but they can petrify. And petrification in this game is instant death. Alright, think we got everything. Yep. Alright, let's get going. So we just need to go up here. Oh, we didn't loot this place. We completely forgot to loot this place. So we just got a tiara. So that's top tier here. There you go, top tier. And you can have this flame rod. She right there, that's Yang's mom, and she needs the pan, I believe. Also, if you talk to her after a certain event involving Yang when he's in heavily injured in bed, you can get some other stuff to trigger. I think that's everything here. Yep. Well, I completely forgot about that. My bad. Sell the staff, sell that, sell the wizard, sell the hand axe. That should be good for now. Alright, one more save and then we'll actually go and do stuff. Alright, if you say no, you'll just be forced to leave. So this could very well just be one fight instead of 6, depending on what the randomizer decides. It's the Water Hag. So this is the event over in that one town that requires Edward. This guy has pretty much the story. It's a story fight. All you have to do is hit him 3 times and he dies. Anna's ghost is talking to Edward, but funny enough, it's difficult for Edward to actually hit this Water Hag because he sucks, because he's a bard. Arg. Oh, that was easy. And got a lot of experience out of it. So Rosa and Yang gained 3 levels. Good stuff. And that's it. And then we get to talk to the king, and he'll give us an item. The adamant. So we got that. But we need a rat tail. Actually, is it? Oh, it's armor. I can equip. Yeah, anyone in the game can equip this armor, by the way. It makes you immune to all status effects, and it's literally like 100 defense. So this thing's amazing. I don't know who I would give it to. Probably Edge. I'll hold on to it for right now. And once we start getting into some trouble, we'll mess around with it. Alright, that takes care of that. Now this cave over here, these series of caves rather, it's the way you're supposed to go is you're supposed to come in through the south side, pick up Tella, then get into that center area, go into the next cave, and then fall down a waterfall. You can't fall down the waterfall in this version, and instead you're supposed to come in through this side just to fight the boss. Dark Knight Cecil. So this is a story fight. All we have to do is let him hit us a bunch. And this is supposed to be the octopus fight, so he actually has super high speed at the moment. Yep, and that's it. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of story fights. Kinda wish you were in different areas, because that means all the tough fights are going to be up ahead. Yay, free experience and a level up. Alright. So, now the only thing I really need to do on this side is pick up a few chests. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I think that's it on this side, and then the other side would of course have a lot more to deal with. Kick. Yeah, it did no damage. Jeez, that's good damage. It is possible to kill Dark Knight Cecil, but all you're really doing at that point is prolonging the fight. Anyway, just getting a few combats in. So yeah, this part of the cave is actually really short, so we don't have to worry too much about it. Just gonna do this. Get some level ups here. Also, one thing you do here, you can actually go all the way up here to these little jars. They restore HP and status, and all your MP. Alright, so I've heard that there's a bug with the adamant where if you take it off, you can't put it back on. So I'm not exactly sure who I want to give it to yet. If we end up picking up if we get to 5 people and we pick up another character, we will end up replacing them. Right now, I mean, this is a pretty decent group. We got Yang, Edge for damage dealing, Rosa for white magic, and Tella to do black magic if necessary. I'm probably gonna go for the Antlion Cave next, just to get the Sand Ruby, or what's supposed to be the Sand Ruby. And that'll pretty much clear out this entire continent, which will be nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a video. I am The Depressed Eeyore. This was Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise. See you guys later.